I took my niece on vacation after her parents planned one without her. My niece Nora is 11. She's the only girl, the baby of 5 kids, and she was really sick as a toddler, so everyone in the family treats her like glass. Everyone except her own parents, my sister Diane and her husband Paul. Last spring, Nora told Diane she wanted a weekend trip, just the two of them, mother and daughter. Diane made it into this whole thing about how Nora was trying to exclude her dad and her brothers. She said no. Paul backed her up. Then Nora's birthday came around 2 weeks later and they didn't plan anything. No cake, no party, nothing. So I took her myself. We got manicures and stayed in a hotel with a pool, and she cried when I dropped her back home because she didn't want it to end. I didn't think much more about it until last month. Nora's brother Dylan turned 16 and decided his big present should be a family trip to Mexico. Everyone was invited. Everyone except Nora. Diane and Paul actually said out loud that it was only fair. Since Nora wanted a trip without them, now they were getting one without her. When they called and asked if I could watch her for 10 days while they were gone, I said yes before I even hung up the phone. Then I sat with it for 2 days and got angrier and angrier. This kid gets left out of everything that matters and gaslit into thinking it's her fault for even asking. So I decided I was going to give her the best 10 days of her life. I work in event planning, and I actually had clients in Miami that week, so it wasn't even a full lie. I booked 5 days in Miami, 3 in Orlando, and 2 in New York where I had a work dinner lined up. I didn't tell Diane and Paul the details. 2 days before they left for Mexico, I called and said I had to be out of town for work that same week, Miami and New York, and I could take Nora with me or they'd need to find someone else fast. It was too late for them to change their flights or find another sitter. Diane went quiet on the phone for a second, then said fine. Nora had no idea until we were sitting at the gate, and I handed her a lanyard with a Disney World ticket clipped to it. She screamed so loud the whole gate turned around. We did the Magic Kingdom for a full day, rode Space Mountain 4 times, and she cried during the fireworks because she said she never thought she'd get to go. In Miami, we spent our afternoons on the beach, and I let her order whatever she wanted off the room service menu, which she'd never done before in her life. We caught 2 Broadway shows, Wicked and a puppet show she picked herself. On the flight home, the airline bumped us up to first class over some mix-up with my frequent flyer miles, and she got so excited about the warm cookie they hand out that she folded the wrapper and put it in her pocket. I dropped her off at Diane's on a Sunday night, tan and exhausted, still wearing her Mickey ears headband. Diane took one look at her and her face went hard. She told Nora to go upstairs, then turned on me in the driveway. She said I had no right to spoil her like that I was undermining her and Paul as parents, that now Nora would expect this kind of treatment all the time. I told her Nora's been asking to be included in her own family for a year, and this is what happens when you keep telling her no. She didn't yell back. She just said, "You'll see," and walked inside and shut the door. 2 weeks later, my mother called me, confused. She said my cousin Denise heard from Diane that I took Nora across the country without permission, and that I only did it because I was upset Nora got punished for being disrespectful. I hadn't heard anything about Nora being punished. I still haven't. I still pick Nora up from school 3 days a week because I'm her after-school ride, and Diane still lets that happen because she doesn't have another option. But I don't get invited to family dinners anymore, and I got quietly dropped from the Christmas photo group text. Last week, Nora asked me in the car, very quietly, if I was in trouble because of her trip. I told her no. She looked out the window for a second, then pulled the folded cookie wrapper out of her backpack pocket and showed it to me. She said she was never going to throw it away.